Welcome to Pretty Wrong. I'm Demi.
And I'm Andrea.
And we're ready to start this fucking episode. Right before we start, Luke shows us what we look like.
Yes.
And it just gives me a flashback to the acceptance of what you look like in a photo. A bad photo of yourself, but somehow everyone else looks like how you see them.
Yeah, because I think
so then you can't say it's a bad picture. You're like, wait, but that's what that person really looks like.
You're saying like someone looks chopped just as they are. And then in the photo, they look chopped because they are chopped.
What's chopped?
It's like, this is what Anna says to me. She's like, don't post that of me. I look chopped.
So
it's like when
I need like, the updated lingo.
I believe, Chloe, you'll have to confirm this for me, but I believe, Chloe's here again. I believe it means when you don't look good in a photo. Like you chopped. Like
okay,
busted.
she looks busted.
Yeah. So it's like you are not a bad looking person. It's just in that photo you look busted or chopped.
Right. So yeah, that's like when we see the monitor, sometimes there's like a level of self-acceptance because I'm like, bitch, that is what you look like, busted or not. That's what we are working with.
I know. But it's all a journey in self-acceptance, you know?
All a journey in self-acceptance.
Anytime you put yourself out there, you're like, all right, well, this is what we're doing.
That's just what, when I look in the photo though, that's always what I go to is like, is it a wide lens on everybody?
Yeah.
Or just me?
Oh no, it's just me. I think photos are more accurate than mirrors.
Yeah. Yeah. I trust a photo. Like sometimes it was Tali, right? Who was just on, who was saying, right. Do a photo and no mirror.
Yeah. Well, here we are.
Here we are, accepting exactly what we looked like on camera.
Exactly what we look like on camera.
This week, Monday was marked as National Demi Day.
It was.
I came off of such a good vibe.
I was watching it from afar. I wanted to be involved, but I was on a 16-hour date.
On a separate roller coaster of self-acceptance.
Totally. But it looked so fun.
We did. I hosted a great class at the salon. Energy was high. So many good things I've been kind of waiting for all happened at once.
Yeah.
And Andrea and I voice note quite a bit in between. That's how this whole thing got started. And I was telling her, like, I grew up without an example of why I would ever want a nice bag. But I think with all these these things that are happening, I want to really say thank you to the universe and to myself. But I need I needed all these things to happen beforehand for it to happen. And then I just rode the wave on Monday.
It's sort of like you had, when I was doing the no makeup thing and I had like a signal event that actually never happened. And then I just started wearing makeup again. But you actually had your signal event and then you celebrated.
I did. I went with my friend Andrew. We went and got the bag. It was so fun. And it was so much more like, I just didn't think I cared that much about it. And then I was like, oh no, this was like a really good experience. I set something out in the universe. I said I wanted all these things to happen. They did. And now I'm rewarding myself.
Exactly.
And when I was talking about it in therapy today, I was telling my therapist like kind of like my highs and lows of the week, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I had mentioned where I was like, it felt really good to earn it. And she was like, let's talk about let's unpack that.
Yeah.
Why do you need to earn good things?
And what did you say?
Well, that's kind of always how I associated something that I do for myself is like earning it. Like there's a value to it. And my first example of that was my dad got me a car for my 16th birthday. And in the card with the keys, it said, this is going to get you to your new job. So a lot of things were represented as tools if they were luxuries, right? And so that's how she presented it. And I was like, oh, I mean, she doesn't need to flip the switch on treating yourself. If she wants me to just feel good and do good,
right?
I can take this.
We don't need any other sessions on this. I got it.
No, and you have such a total. When I approached Andrea, like, talk to me about bag philosophy. She sent me a voice note, and her voice just got like soft and soothing, and she was like, "Bag philosophy.
Bag philosophy is." It's true. I think I don't have a hard time. I mean, I'm letting this go, but like, I don't have a hard time with things. I'm like, oh yeah, I want the best. That's it. I want the best. But when it comes to like people and relationships, there's such a like, well, I'm not worth that. You know what I mean? There's like a needing to earn it, which I think a lot of people have. Like, I don't deserve this, or this is what I deserve. And you can see that even if it's not consciously, you can see people acting that out all the time in their relationships. Like, tell me how they feel about themselves. Show me their partner.
Yeah.
you know?
Or who you're surrounding yourself
Yeah.
with. And I remember when I was talking to my therapist once again, I was like, well, you know, we were kind of like episode planning some stuff that we wanted to talk about. And one of them was like, what is the thing that got you into therapy? And there's like big life events. But I remember my first session, I had told her, I was like, I took so long to come to therapy because I essentially trauma bond with people all day as a stylist.
Interesting.
Because we're sharing kind of all these life experiences where I'm like, okay, well, even though this thing happened to me, it happened to them too. You had a shitty girlfriend experience. So did I. You went through this. So did I. And it just made my problem seem less intense, but they never really got worked on.
Oh, that's so interesting. So you were sort of like saying, oh, this happened to them. It shouldn't be that bad. Or like, I shouldn't complain.
Yeah,
about
like
it.
everyone goes through it. Yeah. So if everyone's going through it, like, why would I dwell on it? And then you realize like everyone's separate experience is what's kind of continuing to navigate them through those things in a healthy or unhealthy way.
Yeah.
And that's what took me so long.
It's interesting. You probably, I mean, in some ways you probably like processed it while you were talking, but then, and I think that's, if you're going to identify with one or the other, someone who's like very much identified with their problems or not, I would choose not.
Yes.
Like I would choose your way.
It was easier.
Yeah.
It was so much easier to walk into that and be like, okay, I could go to therapy and I could like unpack it and I could deal with it. And then ultimately I wasn't there yet because I was like, oh, I can still talk about it, but with a guard and it's temporary and I don't really know them.
Right.
And then the idea of like fully pulling back that layer with someone who is inclined to figure it out. I was like, ooh.
You're like, you're not just going to ask me to do your hair darker?
Yeah. Like I always have an out, questions. Right? Okay, that's great. My timer just went off. See you later.
Yeah. I'm trying to think I think I was lucky in a way. I started therapy so young, but because I had my kids so young and I like got married and had the whole package, you know, per se, like figured out. Mm-hmm. And then I still wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I was sort of like, wait, I've done all the things. I've gotten married. I married a guy that I love and that I also like don't have to work. I'm home with my kid and I'm still miserable. So like what's happening? Like something's not working. Like, is this thing on? You know, like do I put it in rice? Like how is this not making me happy? So I like started pretty early, I think, because, you know, obviously we figure that out as we go that like, and I think if you don't have kids and you don't get married, you sort of hold on to that, like, well, if I did this, then I'd be happy.
Yes.
And I think that's such a trap. Like anytime we're saying, if this happens, then I'll be happy. Like we know that that's not the case.
After my baby, I lost I'm done GLP, but also I worked my ass off. I ate clean. I did all these things. So I'm down like 65 pounds.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, if only I could do this, I would feel better. And I will say it goes back to earning it, right?
Yeah.
Like I earned working out. I did all the things, but I still am in places where there's so much more body acceptance, even though if I would have seen myself now when I was at that size, I would have never thought I had any room to complain.
Right.
It's always like that grass is greener.
Always. There's always something better, always a new bag or something else we can purchase. But I think the bag is a gateway drug.
The bag is a gateway drug. But it really did like send a message where like I did that for myself. And then I was like, you know, we're about to celebrate an anniversary. We talked about going on a trip and we were like really back and forth on it. It was like, what am I waiting for?
Yeah.
I work my ass off. Like, what is 4 days out of work? And like, this is a time to celebrate. You want to put focus on the positive things. So I'm just going to keep like putting out that
I love it.
Good vibes so they keep
Callie
coming
always
back.
says the more you spend, the more comes back. She's such an enabler when it comes to shopping, but in the best way.
I was actually talking to my mom about this in terms of like every successful entrepreneur that I've met, there's we talk about a little bit of like delusion, but there's such a radical delusion around what they know they can achieve that they believe it so hard, everyone else falls into place.
Yes.
And I've been around so many people who are wildly successful who I think they made up their jobs. They just told someone, I'm the best at this. You want me.
Right.
And people just fell into place.
Right.
So I'm like, I told her, I'm like, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to just continue to live in my own delusion of
I love it.
How much I want to create.
I'll live there with you. You've got me in. If you're a great cult leader, we've discussed this. I'm in.
I got a lot of
sold.
Like really good. We got some good feedback around talking about being fired.
Yes.
And ironically, you talk about, we put that episode out and then I had a girl reach out to me who said, listen, I just got fired from my salon and I got pushed in your direction by many people, many people. And so is there any way that you have a place? Can we talk? And I had just rented out what was technically my last chair at the salon because I triple book. And I said, you know what? Like, also the empath in me is just like, I couldn't not talk to her or try to find a solution. She came in and I was like, I remember being there. And I remember the people that lifted me up. And I'm learning that like I'm going to make it work. But I just rented her my last chair.
You heard it here. This is the last chair. Don't ask.
But
unless you're bringing your own chair.
Or you want to work complete opposite hours, whatever. But I was so grateful that we put that out there and that it resonated enough that someone sent that energy back and it supported someone who was like, okay, I thought everything was like over for me.
Right. Well, that's exactly like you're saying with the universe and the bag. Like, thank you more, please.
Thank you more, please. It's out there.
Do you know what your next one's going to be?
My next bag?
Your next, like, whatever.
You know what's so crazy is that when you just it's kind of like when you plan a wedding, you talk about money in a different way than you've ever, like all of a sudden $1,000, we're just talking about it loosely all the time.
Yeah.
When I was there, I was like, do I need another one?
Yeah, you're like, should I get the belt
if I'm here.
and the sunglasses? And like, why not?
Why are we stopping at this?
Yeah.
I actually didn't tell you this while I was there. This is so on brand for my experience buying the bag. I'm there with my friend Andrew. They're like, do you want any champagne? I said, no, I'm good. He's like, that's great. I'll take mine and hers. Like he's leaning into the experience, having the time of his life. There's 5 men that are like hanging out. They're trying on everything. They're like hanging out. They're posting up.
Okay.
And as I'm getting ready to leave, this man bought easily maybe like $15,000 worth of whatever he bought. He had stacks of cash that he was paying in.
Oh my gosh.
And he just kept pulling them out of his pocket. And I just like loved that they had 2 sales associates counting, stacking, like his friends are sitting there enjoying the experience. I'm like, thank you for doing that with me here.
Right. Yeah.
I needed to see this.
It's almost like they were like, Demi's coming in, send in the guy with the cash.
Like, let's make this a scene for her.
For sure. Because I've never seen that.
I didn't think that's what I was going to see either. And I was like kind of obsessed with this, actually.
So funny. I wonder what he does for work.
You know, my dad always used to remind us that everyone's money is green. Doesn't matter how they earned it.
Yeah. They're going to be in there counting that cash. You could have brought a piggy bank in there and dumped it out.
They don't care.
That's so funny.
Yes, but I am feeling like what a week of, I had some major highs and lows, but to ride the wave felt phenomenal, and to be able to help someone else and then just continue to feel it coming back feels great.
Yeah. Yeah. We were talking about earning versus allowing things, which you like, you did both, I feel.
Yeah. I'm going to try to separate the earning versus allowing. We're going to just start allowing. I think that's what 2026
we're going to start allowing. Yeah. Receiving.
Do you make notes for therapy?
I used to, but now I feel like what's much better is just sharing what's present, because I feel like there's always like a thread. Like it's like whatever you think the issue is, or whatever I think the issue is like not actually the issue. It's like once you get into it, it's like, oh, it's like a whole thread of things that's not even necessary to like talk about the list.
I've done like notes where I'm like, I just don't want to forget, like, because sometimes you get off the phone and I'd be like, there's bigger stuff that I wanted to talk to her about. And then I'm like trying to think what happens in one whole week.
Yeah.
1 week, so much that gets packed into it. And so when I talk to her on Thursday mornings, I'm like, what is the thing I really want to discuss with Sarah?
Yeah.
But this week I like I bounced around, but I was like, can we just go chronologically backwards? And then I'll save the meat for later. And I love her because she was kind of like, yes, tell me more.
That. Then you talk to her every week. Do you talk to her every week?
I talk to her every Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes
How does that feel, doing therapy and podcasting on the same day? Does that feel like a lot?
No, it could put me in like me in a much better headspace. Even like the only thing that was really interesting was the episode that we filmed around rejection. We did at night, and I had been at work all day, and I realized like my tank was fucking empty. But then I feel like I loved being here. It was a different outlet.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I started doing it every other week for an hour and a half.
Oh,
so like
I like that.
Yeah, it's like I dig in. I get like all cozy. I get my pillows. I get my blanket. I get my tissues. I'm like ready to cry.
And we're constantly talking about me not crying. And I did a lot of things I don't usually do. I watched a show this morning and I cried during the show. You haven't watched Hunting Wives yet. I'm
going to. I think you're like the third or fourth person that told me I should watch it. Or maybe you've just told me 3 or 4 times.
It's like, I'm trying to finish this show for 2 months. My poor assistant at work is like,
we were just talking about how you don't watch TV.
I probably started it 6 weeks ago. It's an 8-episode series. Like this is not a 2-month adventure.
Yeah.
But then once I was like, okay, well now I need to know who did it.
Yeah. What made you cry? Can you share without spoiling it for anyone that hasn't seen it?
It has nothing to do with...
Because we're getting dangerously close to you crying on the podcast.
Absolutely nothing to do with the show.
Okay.
But from getting divorced to being in a relationship, I think I did it backwards, where a lot of people like get the divorce, have to find themselves in the middle, and then they have possibly that like happier ending with someone else. Mm-hmm. I knew I was done. I got the divorce, but then so quickly like was so happy and was experiencing like water in a drought that it mended a lot of the like really difficult parts of leaving. And it was just like I had my son the majority of the time. I had a lot of things to overlook, but just recently it hit where I was like, oh my gosh, I have time away from my son and I fucking hate it. Hate it. And in the show she had to be away from her son. And I'm like, the relationship isn't new anymore. I'm still really happy. But like, I realized I'm like, ooh, we're going to start kind of re-navigating this space.
Yeah.
Because the happiness is here, but the reality is starting to set in.
Yeah. No, I get that. I feel like it never gets easier. You just sort of forget, or I don't know, you just get like used to it, I guess, in some ways. And then it'll hit me, hard. And then they'll come back. And like after 30 minutes, I'm like, you're already annoying me.
Well, that's so real too. Cause I'm like, last night I was on this flip side of like, God, I just like, what is he doing? And this and that. Like you're a mother, you're like hardwired to your kid.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't like let it go. Like I was like, I'm just over it. Like I'm just having one. I'm in my feels tonight. Right. But I know that like today when I pick him up from daycare, we're going to do our thing. And by bath time, when he tells me no for the 40th time, I'm going to be like, I'm going to miss you so much tomorrow at daycare.
Exactly. I know. It's such a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah. But that's what got me. I was like with my hand weights, like doing this, watching Hunting Wives and then just like all over. It was horrible.
Oh, it's cathartic.
It was cathartic.
Yeah.
But should we get into some questions?
Yeah, let's do some questions. All right. I'm going to save this one. I'm going to do this one first. My boyfriend surprised me with flowers for sweetest day. I kind of know what that is. That's like a Midwest thing, right?
Hallmark. It's a Valentine's Day.
It's a Valentine's Day thing. And visited me at work. It was so genuine and sweet, but I lost myself in immediately realizing I had nothing planned for him. Am I wrong for just accepting the gifts? No. Do guys like gifts? I think that's weird. Guys' love language isn't gifts, is it?
I mean,
I guess some, but
I would identify more with like, oh my gosh, you did this nice thing. Like even like Valentine's Day, like you did this nice thing for me. I want to do, whether it be an act of service or a gift or something. I do kind of be like, if I was the one that forgot about it, I could see why they feel that way.
Do you think the guy was upset? It doesn't say. I'm guessing.
No.
Yeah.
I'm assuming not.
Yeah. That's interesting. I cannot identify with that feeling.
Talk more about that.
I think as a woman, oh God, here I go. I'm going to get canceled. I just think women, our value is not in doing or like providing for someone.
You're like get fucking ripped.
I am. I know it. I believe it though. It's in being, right? Like, so you want to get me gifts and you want to provide, and in turn, you get to be with me. Like you get my.
I want to live there. What did your parents feed you when you grow up? The
feminine. Okay, I'm going to get a little woo-woo here. The feminine is water, is receiving, is being. Our value is in like being held by the masculine container.
Okay.
So like we're not supposed to be like do. Like we're supposed to be and exist. And the masculine gets the benefit of that energy. So you can do, and I think men like to do. I think they get their value in that and they like that. So like by receiving a gift from this man or your boyfriend or whoever it was that wrote in, like you're actually doing a service by accepting it.
I did have
when you get someone gives you a gift and then they get the value and that like feeling of like, oh my gosh, I just gave such a great gift.
That part I'm like, oh, I love to, like, I couldn't even imagine, like, I want to give someone something and I'm never looking for, I would never want something in return. That's like the whole point is to like love on someone, right? But I also think trying to like make the appropriate value for each side where you're like, you want both people to feel taken care of.
Sure. And I think my thought was that he doesn't feel not taken care of.
Yeah.
He just doesn't feel like that what I get from her is a bunch of gifts, like a little bitch.
I had a girl once, I was like, she was telling me like what she was expecting for Christmas from her partner. And I was like, what are you getting him? She's like, me. He gets to be with me.
Yeah,
and I was
exactly.
like, what is wrong with me?
Nothing's wrong with
like,
you.
Why am I not thinking this way?
You need to think this way.
Start thinking this way.
Start thinking this way because I do think there's some truth in it. If the guy's like, oh, can you get me like a little, but like bear with some chocolates or whatever? I feel like, okay, sure. If that's like really something you want, okay.
I live for when girls put on their Chad bro voice when they're like so mad about something. This is the voice that comes out.
You just never get me anything, babe. Okay.
I used to mock my ex when he would say stupid shit, and that would be the thing that would send him over the, like when you talk about whoosh, like 0 to 100, he's like, don't mock my voice. And I'm like, it's so hard. It's so hard when you're being so whiny.
It's really hard. It would be hard for me too. I also just like to do voices. Like I was on a date the other day and he was like, did you just do a cartoon voice? And I was like, I think I did. Like he asked me a question. I was like, I don't know.
Things we should be keeping to ourselves.
Listen. All right. So she's not wrong.
She's not wrong, but she just needs to get a little more comfortable with receiving.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kudos to him.
Yeah, I love that.
And for doing the thing.
And he's like happy. That's the thing.
Yes.
Like he's like, bringing the little treat over and dropping it down and we're picking up what you're putting down.
Okay. My friends are dreamers in the group chat, but the plans never follow through and I'm losing my steam with them.
I hate to say, I can so relate to that. I don't like to make plans for that reason because I get really excited and then the day comes around or like a couple days before and I'm like, I'm not that person. Like I'm in a totally
I wasn't the same girl that agreed to this.
Yeah, I'm in a totally different mood.
As someone I'm always going to be meeting new people, making new friends. I know now that I come with a disclaimer. And that disclaimer is that I'm an incredible last minute friend.
Yeah.
And if you want to make plans with me a week in advance, that's on you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I want to do in a week.
Yeah.
Aside from a life event, a baby shower, a wedding, or something big, please don't ask me to go to dinner in 3 weeks because I will cancel.
So do you say that straight up or do you just like...
Well, I don't focus on my negative traits. I immediately just...
silent disclaimer.
I say that out loud.
Okay.
I don't say like I'm going to blow you off, but I do say I'm incredible at last minute plans.
Yeah.
Like you have 30 minutes and you're in the area, I'm your fucking girl.
Yeah. I think that's great.
Dinner reservations, don't know her.
I know it is a really good idea, I think.
To tell people you're not going.
Well, I just I've had things happen where to tell people that you might not go, but also like be like, it feels good right now. Mm-hmm. Let's check in a couple days before.
She's fair to be losing steam because I've been the dreamer in the group chat too, where I'm like, let's go on vacation or let's do this. And I'm like, if I'm not being met with the same energy, it loses its fun in a different way. Like I don't actually want to hang out. Like, you're really losing me.
For sure. And to me, there's nothing worse than, and I don't do this as much anymore, when I used to go on like girls trips. Mm-hmm. And then it gets to the trip and I've had to cancel before because I was too fat. Like, and I know that it doesn't look that way, and you would never look at me and be like, oh yeah, I can understand, but because I just felt that way. And I was like, look, I'm going to be a miserable bitch because I don't feel good. And I've actually had a friend be like, I get it.
I almost left work yesterday because I didn't like what I was wearing.
Yeah.
And I had all new clients, so I couldn't even explain to them that that wasn't who I was. I couldn't even.
Can you imagine if I'd came in and I was a new client and they're like, oh, Demi's not here. She didn't like what she was wearing.
I think I have to start bringing or keep a couple items in my at the salon just in case I make a poor decision.
Did you like it when you left the house?
I didn't feel anything about it. I was just running around, getting ready. But this is Luke, pay attention. Just kidding. When you wear a bodysuit, but it's too short. And so now instead of it kind of hugging below your bust, it's kind of just like a bungee cord and it's straight down and you have no shape.
Yes. And it's cutting you in half and
it's too tight in your crotch, but it's also hasn't gone back in over your boobs.
Yeah.
It's just square everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me yesterday.
Okay. Yeah.
When I changed to go to the gym, I actually threw the bodysuit out so I would never go through that experience again. It's in the Skims bodysuit is in the trash at the salon.
I was more not, it wasn't so much about how you looked. It was more like you were actually being squeezed to an oblivion and you were uncomfortable.
And I didn't even know who I was. It was I don't know who I am in this bodysuit. I hate this bodysuit.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you just undo the bodysuit?
I thought about it, but it was such a high thigh cut that I ran the risk of it flying out of my pants. So in turn, if these are your friends, you either need to find friends that are better at making the types of plans you want, because there are girls that love a reservation. There are girls that love planning a group chat. I've had a group of girls who had an Excel sheet for all of the friends that got married in the same year so they could be organized about attending.
No.
Never going to be me.
No.
But it worked for them.
I have a friend that actually, she knows me very well and she checks in with me. And she's like me. So she'll be checking in, how do you feel about dinner on Friday? And I'll be like, oh, I don't know. How do you feel? And then we decide a few days before. But I only have one friend that does that. And if I could have more like that, that would be great.
Yeah, you just need to attract a tribe of people that understand you better.
Totally.
So girlfriend's not wrong, but she does need new friends.
She needs more friends that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is a good one. So this person wrote in and said, I'm dating someone 15 years younger than me. He hasn't asked my age. We haven't even talked about it. Do you think I need to tell him?
I think it depends on where the relationship's going.
Really?
Yeah.
So if it's going somewhere serious, you think she needs to tell him?
I think it's interesting that it hasn't come up because I'm going to assume with a 15-year age gap, no matter how good a woman looks, it's obvious that she's not in the same decade at this point as you. Yeah. So I don't think that it's important now, but I think if you're looking to settle down with this person, there are going to be expectations at some point. You talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I almost think it's on him, or not on him, but it's when we're dating, it's on us to ask questions about the other person and to get to know the other person. It's why it's strange to me that he's not oh, how old are you? Or
does she have kids?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, because that's the thing.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you could also be smart about identifiers.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm guessing he's not I'm guessing he thinks that there is probably, I don't know, because I don't know this person, but, to your point, no matter how good you look, 15 years is.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure she's doing anything wrong. She's not lying about it.
Yeah. I don't think it's wrong, but I think you have to tread very gently because you'd never want that to come back as something that feels like it was deceptive.
Sure. Yeah.
It should be opened up on both ends and that'll happen organically of are we going to do you want kids?
So for me, I feel like I would immediately go there because I'd just be making jokes about it constantly.
About you being a cougar?
Yeah. Or it would just be such an obvious joke for me that I wouldn't be able to sidestep it.
Would sit so well in a cougar category.
I am not a cougar.
I don't think you are.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if you wanted to be one, you would do so well.
How do we define cougar?
An older woman dating a younger man.
Okay. That's very simple.
I mean.
How much younger?
I think 10 plus.
Okay, so could you be 30 and be a cougar? If you're dating a 20-year-old?
I was like 30 and a cougar with a 20-year-old.
35,
like, different problem.
35 and 20? Was that a cougar? Or do you have to, because my understanding is like, what I have against cougar is like, it's a certain aged woman. It's like
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I think, who's my favorite? And I don't see this as a cougar relationship, but Keanu Reeves and his wife, she's a lot older than him.
Yeah.
And they have like such a beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
But I think it's the approach. I think it's like the Samantha in Sex and the City. Like she is the ultimate cougar personality.
Yeah. I don't have a cougar personality.
No, you don't. You have like such a good look for it though. You really could lean in. I think that this whole vibe though, like when you talk about cougar being an age, Samantha in Sex and the City to me was like a timeless age. She could have been 25 or 50 in all of those episodes to me.
Yeah.
She just had this like self-assurance and this confidence that it really had nothing to do with her age.
Well, and it's so funny because I think they were like 35 or like 40 or even younger when I was watching it. And I thought they were so old.
Watching it back now, I realized how off I was on how old I thought they were.
That's what I'm saying.
Show.
Yeah. You thought they were younger.
I thought they were younger.
Yeah.
And then I realized I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
These are ladies.
These are cougars.
So do I think she needs to tell him? Do I think she's a cougar? She's not a cougar. It's ultimately harmless, but she's straddling the line of like, it's important to say something when it comes up.
Sure. I think
or can you find a way for it to come up?
Well, and to your point, like if they're going to continue dating and have something that's like long term, it seems like you just want to know basic things about people. Like you'd be like, how old are you? When were you born? I mean, I would know right away because I would ask about the pattern.
Right. You do love to put people in on their birth charts. So
that's one way to just get that out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, I love the I was just looking at the pattern. Pattern has a new AI feature where you can ask questions about your matches based on where you're both.
That. I looked.
We'll do it when we're done. I'll show you where I found it. But yeah, I think she's not wrong, but I
think he's wrong. Ask. I'm kidding.
Okay, I have one more.
Okay.
My date made a dinner reservation and said it's a surprise, and I'm already spiraling because I don't want to be a control freak, but I need to know where we're going.
I get that. I do get that.
Mine always comes down to I don't want to be surprised if we're going somewhere. I want to dress for like what I'm going to be comfortable in no matter where we go.
Sure.
Whether that be like we're going to eat like a multiple coursed out meal. I want to be in something I feel good in.
Yeah.
I almost left work because I didn't like my bodysuit. Can you imagine if my jeans were too tight?
I can't. We'd have to leave. You'd have to leave immediately.
And then I want to trust my partner, but I do understand this too well.
I do feel like it is a very low, like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It's just like it's a way to just practice surrendering your preferences, like a dinner, a house.
You
or
do
like
have
a
to catch
vacation.
yourself sometimes too, because I would do that where I'd be like, how could you ask me, like, how can I expect someone to take the reins and take care of me and do all these things when I won't even like let loose on a fucking dinner reservation?
Yeah.
I think it's a common thing that women are silently suffering.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we have to keep doing it I think like we should.
You got to give a W.
Yeah.
And anyone that's making the initiative to make a dinner reservation, it is such a small thing that goes so far.
I love it.
It shows so much thought and it makes you feel so taken care of. Like when saying, hey, I made a reservation for us immediately.
Yeah.
My mind goes to like, we're going to fucking Disney World. Like we are. We're not going to dinner. You made a reservation. This is an event.
It does feel like an event. I think it's really nice. I really do like it. So yeah, I think she just has to say, okay.
Keep the chivalry alive.
If there's like a pattern of like, the places you're going to places you don't like, then you could maybe say something.
Immediately takes back
everything.
We're going to let it go.
No.
But not if the pattern is that it's happening too often.
Yeah. I think then you can say, yeah, I really like.
That's when you say, let's make dinner at home.
You can drop hints. Like, I really want to try, this place or.
I love a couple that's prepared for like taking care of each other in that way. So many of my clients like, oh, we have a shared note of like all the places and things we want to do. So that way when it comes up, we just go straight
Oh, that's cute.
to our date night app or whatever they're choosing to like share it on. But I like that better. Like it's collaborative. So then we're having all good options.
Yeah, that's actually okay. Decided. That's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Amazing. We have a fun guest coming after this.
Can't wait. And I think we have to film a TikTok in the meantime.
Yeah. For Chloe.
Thanks for listening.